Please respect the stage.
I am a civil rights advocate. That's what I do with my poetry. I deal with high-risk youth. I deal with people that are coming in and outside of the joint because the prison industrial complex makes more money off you going to prison than you going to fucking school. All of us are being hunted. That's right, anybody that's poor, because there is no more middle class. And what you pose as middle class, or what people see as middle class, are a bunch of people with credit cards that's maxed out that can't afford their next fucking payment.
All right, that's right.
I mean, we're struggling out here. Look at the Gulf. They're killing us. Look at the survivors of Katrina. They ain't got shit. They're still living and doing without. Now look at the man-made oil spill. Some people believe it's because FEMA wants to create concentration camps for Latinos and poor blacks and poor whites. And there's a lot of bougie blacks and there's a lot of bougie Latinos and there's a lot of fucking crackers that are wanting to see that shit happen. You won't see many white people like me because I'm the white motherfucker that points all the other crackers out. I want to say something else. There is no black race. There is no white race. There is no human race. You know why? The only race was when your dad shot sperm into your mother's vagina and you beat out the other 59 million sperm cells. The race is over. You are here. You are alive. You are entitled to food, clothing, and shelter. And anybody who denies that, well, they got it coming to them. Every member of my family has been locked up. I said every member of my family has been locked up. The educational process of scare tactics, dehumanization, and rehabilitation quickly suffocated the innocence of 6+6. These non-curriculum classes began after my pops, who by trade ran drugs, split, leaving my now mannequin of a mother to fend for my sister and me. He left us in one of those broken down motels you see, littering rural highways and forgotten neighborhoods. The police would rather bomb than patrol. With no transportation or immediate options, Mom started writing bad checks to keep fast food on the single spring exposed mattress that somehow slept free. Well, until the night of June 15, 1983. That night, I traded in the fun of hide and seek for the horror of hiding in the bathtub asking Mama, is that the boogeyman at the door? No matter how old I get, I still can't shake the sounds of the police rushing in. Guns drawn, voices screaming, everybody get the fuck down! I had never seen a gun, much less had one shoved in my face. How can a so-called trained officer of the law hold his service revolver at the head of a child? And Obama's telling me Afghanistan is wild. They led my mother out of the room into a crowded parking lot to wait for a backup cruiser. She stood there for 15 minutes in her panties and handcuffs. No clothes, no sheet. Years later, she told me the officers pulled in a McDonald's drive-thru just to add to the fucking humiliation. She served 6 weeks. So you see, kids, my boogeyman is the policeman. His abuse of the law has left me in and out of mental institutions since I was 8. When I arrived back at school later that year, Officer Friendly came to class one day, and needless to say, I stabbed that motherfucker. Doing poetry on stages is funny because it puts you above people, and I don't believe being above anyone because we're all on the same level. So that's why I like to jump off on stage, get in your face, let you know that I'm human and I'm real, that you can touch me and I can touch you, and that we all have the same message. High Point, how many poetry events do you have monthly?
Every single Saturday.
How many youth poetry workshops do we have for kids coming in and out of detention centers? None. What we need to do is pass a message tonight. If anything, if you remember anything from tonight, fuck me, fuck what I look like, fuck what I have to say. But if you can, take the kids in your neighborhood. The community centers, the libraries are free. They'll rent rooms out for you. If you know kids that are going down the wrong route, if you can see these kids, save them before the prison industrial complex chews them and spits them out and creates monsters. We've got too many monsters roaming the street, and all they need is love. Love is the fucking message. But it gets watered down. You're a faggot. It's pussy to talk about being in love or loving your fellow person or being cool with your homeboy or hugging him or letting you know, hey, motherfucker, if you're having a bad day, you can talk to me, man. Don't take that shit out on our neighbor. Don't go up to the convenience store and somebody looks at you wrong. The next thing you know, you're reaching for something. That's what I mean by saying, don't shoot the hostages. Poor people have to start taking care of poor people. White Michael fighting Black Johnny, that makes the fucking crackers money. And I'm talking about the crackers you don't fucking see. I'm talking about the Trilateral Commission. I'm talking about people that have got this government propped up Obama is a fucking puppet. Yeah, it's cool that the first black president is here, but Bush fucked up so bad that the bloodlines who prop up this government knew they had to do something. They had to find somebody that looked like us. A common person from the street. Well, he fits that. But what is he doing for black people? Nothing. What is he doing for corporations and credit card companies? Everything. Where the fuck is he right now in New Orleans? What has he done about Katrina? What has he done? What has he done about the crack cocaine sentencing laws? Nothing. Nothing. They're getting ready to shut down another 60 schools in this country. Guess where those schools are? In black communities. It ain't in the fucking white community. It's in the Latin community. But now in Arizona, if you even sound like you're Spanish, you can't even teach class. That's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. And the only people that can do something about it is us. Peace and love, brothers and sisters.
Give a round of applause to Monte.